Welcome to the meeting 287 of the Bright Beginnings Toastmasters Club. I am Sanskar Mitra, your Sergeant at Arms for the club today. And the mission of Toastmasters Club is to provide a supporting and positive learning environment and to ensure that we have to, and also to ensure develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. So, to ensure this, please follow some ground rules. Please ensure that all cell phones are on silent. I'll give you 10 seconds to recheck. While you're doing that, please speak responsibly about religion, sex, or politics in your speeches. Use a feature of raising a hand, applause, and thumbs up when needed. Don't use Zoom messaging in between the speeches until required. Until not required, please put yourself on mute during the meeting. To ensure the flow of the meeting. And if you are playing the role, no need to recheck of whether you're audible or not. One of us will let you know, or if you are connecting or breaking. Please make sure all the role players have added role name as prefix to real names and suffix to the username of meeting. You have 10 seconds to recheck. With that, I'll hand it over to our Toastmaster and President of the club, Toastmaster Aryan. Over to you.
Thank you for that, Toastmasters Sanskar. Everybody, welcome to meeting of Bright Beginning Toastmasters. And let's begin it with a round of applause. All right, I'm excited today. We have a guest of mine who is joining and an interesting session planned with Toastmaster Shonak. First, I want to talk to the guest. Hi, Amrendra. How are you doing today?
Hello everyone. Very good morning.
Good morning. Can you tell us what brings you here today? Any goals, any reason?
Yes, Aryan. Actually, I'm having an issue with my communications, right?
Right, you want to work on your communication
So
skills.
I want to develop my communication skills.
Great, right. Understood.
Leadership. Yeah, exactly.
Right. You're glitching a bit, but I got the essence of what you're saying.
I just face during the any conversation with anyone, then I face the issues.
Right, right.
Apart from that, leadership issues like I want to, yeah.
Got it. All right. Thank you. We will come back to you. We will be giving you some interesting stuff to talk about towards the second half of today's meeting. But Shaunak will tell you about the meeting flow, our team on today. And with that, I would like to hand over the stage to him, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shaunak, with a huge round of applause.
Thank you so much, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Aryan, for such a warm welcome. Good morning, Toastmasters. How are you today? Let me ask a question. How many of you have ordered food from outside yesterday or have been to any restaurant or any food cart yesterday since it was a Friday night?
I did.
Oh, wow. Who else?
I also did.
Yes. Who else?
I was working from a cafe, but I did not eat from there, so I don't think it counts.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
It does count. Okay.
Okay. Let me ask you another question. Was that a need? Or it was just since, there was nothing else to do on Friday night, you did a binge eating or you just ordered without, giving a second thought?
100% need.
Okay.
Well, it's a
Sanskar, for
Friday.
you?
I ordered some momos from a local shop. Well, it's a Friday night. You
Because
wanted
it was an urge, but it was not a
Yeah,
need.
need.
Fair
It
enough.
was a need. It's
It
Friday.
was. Having said and done, majority of us falls under that category, including me. Well, that was the fourth time on Friday night when I was eating outside. Now that's the topic I'm going to cover today. How our plates tell the story of human change. How the plates have changed from our time of father, forefather, and now to this generation. But before moving on to the topic, let's start with the general introduction and the structure of the meeting. The overall meeting is defined into three structures or into three phases. The first is the evaluation, prepared speeches phase, where the prepared speeches will be delivered by the speakers under the guidance of the mentors. The second and the most funny part is the table topic session, where each one of will come and deliver a speech for 1 to 2 minutes on any impromptu topic. Now, the good part about this section is where guests can also participate. And the third and the most important part is the evaluation section, where our general evaluator for the day will come and share the report for the entire day's meeting. Having said and done, let me invite our general evaluator for today's meeting to come and share the introduce to his tag team and explain about their roles. With a big round of applause, may I invite who is our general evaluator today?
Do you know the name?
Sorry?
Do you know the name?
No, that's what I'm asking. Who is the general
Me.
evaluator? Okay.
Me.
Toastmaster Nancy. Actually, that's why I asked, put all the role players who has been finalized so that people will be aware because we do last minute changes. But
Yeah.
with a big round of applause, let's welcome our general evaluator of the days for today's meeting, Toastmaster Nancy.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shaunak. What an energetic start and an interesting topic that you brought in today. So, good morning, everyone. As a general evaluator, my role is to evaluate the meeting as a whole and provide feedback on how we can make our sessions even more effective and even enjoyable. So, along with me, we have our tag team. Tag team, I need some help. Who is today's tag team? Who is it playing the role of timer? Who will be playing the role of timer today?
Toastmaster. Yes. So, hello, Toastmaster Nancy. I'm the timer for today's meeting, where I will.
That's me.
Okay, sorry. I will be the timer for the table topics, and you will be the timer for the rest of the stuff. So yeah, please, Toastmaster Meenakshi.
Meenakshi can take timer for the whole meeting.
Okay, perfect.
We'll take up our counter or Marian.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So over to Toastmaster Meenakshi to explain the role of timer.
Yeah, thank you very much, Toastmaster Nancy. My name is Meenakshi, and I will be playing the role of timer today. My role is to time everyone's speech and show them the timelines. If it's a green card, that means the speech has got about 1 to 2 minutes left. So for prepared speech, the total time given is 5 to 7 minutes. So at 5 minutes, I'll show the green card. At 6 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I'll show the red card. That means it's a hard stop for the speech. If you go beyond that, there's just 30 seconds buffer time, the grace time. If you go beyond that, it will be disqualified from getting votes for the Best Speaker nominations. For our table topics, the time limit for speech is 2 minutes. So at 1 minute 30 seconds, I'll show the green card. At 1 minute 45 seconds, I'll show the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I'll show the red card.
Sorry, it is green at 1 minute, yellow at 1:30, and red at 2.
Okay. All right. So slide correction at 1 minute, green card, at 1 minute, 30 seconds, yellow card, and at 2 minutes, I'll show the red card for the table topics. Still, we have got 30 seconds buffer for table topics. So if you go beyond 2 minutes, 30 seconds, it will be disqualified from the votes for best speech for table topics. So that's going to be pretty much my role. Also, I'm going to be timing the evaluators, which is timed at 3 minutes for each speech as an evaluation in total. Right. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Nancy.
Thank you, Toastmaster Meenakshi. Now, over to Shaunak for explaining the role of R counter and grammarian.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nancy. I am the AHA counter and the grammarian for today's meeting, whereas I will be tracking AHA counter tracks use of verbal pauses, those ah and ums, during the course of the meeting. Also, I will be taking a note of the grammar during the course of the meeting, good usages, not so good usages, and any improvement areas that I will produce as part of my report at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Nancy.
Now we will go to language evaluator. So, who is playing the role of language evaluator today?
Language evaluator. Toastmaster?
Toastmaster Akanksha joined the call or not?
No, she is not.
She's not there. Who
So
is playing the
Toastmaster,
role of
you're taking
Toastmaster?
language evaluator, right?
Sorry?
You are taking language evaluator, right?
Yes, so I've already covered that as part of my grammar and AHA counter role explanation.
Great, then we can move on to Toastmaster Nancy. I think we're done with the brief.
Okay, so we are good.
Yes.
We can start.
And we'll hand over the stage back to Timot.
Okay, so back to Timot Shonak Mathur.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nancy. Now, coming back onto the topic, you all have seen your father, grandfather. How does their plate look like? They were mostly focused on the home cooked food and the seasonal food. Their plate used to be look like a normal plate with a decent home cooked food, a healthy home cooked food. Whereas we would be throwing the tantrums at that point of time. No, I won't be eating this, I won't be eating that, I need this, I need that. And they will be scolding you for eating what has been cooked at home by your mother or by your grandmothers. Correct? Please correct me if I'm wrong. With majority of us, that's been the process. Even I was one of them. I was a very big foodie. And that time there was not a leverage where you have cooks at home or there are 10 different things being prepared where you can cherry pick what you want to eat or what you don't want to eat. You always fantasize about eating outside. You had your own taste, your palate used to get comfort by eating outside food, be it kachori samosas or the sweets or the fast food pizzas. And although those were not very common at that point of time, but yes, most of us will be looking for that. Now, I was just reading about how this human shift has changed, whereas we humans used to hunt for the food entire day, used to feast once a day, and then moving on to the time where there is no count for how many meals we are having in a day. Especially on a holiday when you are sitting idle, the only thing that comes to majority of the people in their mind is what we are going to eat. You're having a breakfast, but having a thought what to eat for the lunch or what to have for dinner or in between. There is also an article which says how this change in the plate or the diet has an impact on the human health. Before 1970s, you could have hardly imagined obesity, sugar, blood pressure among people, cancer for the matter of say, debate. These things were very uncommon, and people used to fear telling, if someone is having diabetes or obesity. There were not much joints, so if there is someone coming to your house for a meal, people normally used to cook at home. Ordering from outside was not supposed to be a good thing because then it's looked like you don't focus on guests and make things at home and rather than you're ordering from outside, and there were not even those many restaurants and all. This is what I got to know from my grandfather and all. Well, moving from that generation, when came to the generation of next generation, the fathers and all, eating outside was become pretty much prominent because of the changing in the work culture and all, where people were going to long distances for work, but still Eating outside was not a very common phenomena. People used to go outside just over weekends and all. And still there was a control on what you were eating. And then came 1970s and 80s, where the concept of GMO came. What is GMO? Can anyone tell me?
Genetically modified food for
Correct.
increasing yield or to add more nutrition value. I think many people wouldn't know that banana is also a GMO. It's originally or ideally, banana has seeds inside it, big seeds that you can't eat. So it was modified to become more sweeter, softer, and those seeds can disappear. So is, I guess, lemon. Lemon was supposed to be a sweet or bitter fruit, the vegetable, but then it was modified to become sour.
Well, let me add to it, Toastmaster Meenakshi. Majority of the things that we eat are genetically modified.
Yeah, and so is broccoli.
Broccoli
It
is,
does.
yes, it's not a natural. It's been hybrid with cabbage, and it's been genetically modified. So majority of the food, anything that you eat out of the season is genetically modified. Even the bananas that you get, so shiny bananas, normally the bananas are not the way they are produced. So everything, and majority of the things, US produces the food that is 90% genetically modified, which consists of corn, soys, and other products. Now, why the need of GMO came? After World War II, the economy of the countries were very poor, and since they were in war continuously, they need the continuous supply of the food and all. So they came up with a concept of GMO foods where they can produce crops as much as they can, but of not that quality, to continue the supply chain for the soldiers and for the civilians. And that even remained continued even after the World War II stopped, and that is still in practice now. Even the more ultra processed things have come up where we are using ultra processed food and all, where they are developing food in the labs and all. You might have heard of vegetarian, non-veg, and a lot of other stuff, soy and all. So these are all uh, ultra processed food. Even the non-veg salami sausages. I mean, a lot of things which part of ultra processed food. The reason being to keep the longevity of the food, to keep the natural flavor of the food intact. So if you are eating a food which is even 2 months or 3 months old, you get the same flavor. It looks like fresh to you. Where if you are cooking something at home, considering summers, you can't even continue that for the next day. It will get stale. It will start smelling, and you will throw that out. So before we continue on that topic, and I would like to ask your opinion also, how this shift is affecting you and how it's affecting our ecosystem as a whole, as a society. How are we changing? Let's move on to the next section of the prepared speeches, where I would like to call upon the evaluators for the speakers today. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Divya, who is the evaluator for Toastmaster Anshuman's speech, to come and explain the speech objective for Toastmaster Anshuman's speech.
Hi, Anshuman. Can you share it with me so that I can share it with everyone? Sorry, I'm
So,
not prepared, clearly.
no worries. Level 1, Project 2 speech, which is
And your pathways?
With purpose.
presentation mastery.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Anshuman, for everyone. So, as all of you get to hear, Anshuman is going to present level 1 project 2, which is writing a speech with purpose. I will be evaluating Anshuman on his speech writing. Like a speech need to have a nice introduction, body, and conclusion. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shaunak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Divya. May I like to call upon our first speaker of the day for today's meeting, Toastmaster Anshuman. Welcome him with a big round of applause. Sorry, I missed the topic of the
Yeah, it's
speech.
there in the chat, Toastmaster Shanak, evolution.
Evolution. Okay. Evolution, Toastmaster Anshuman, Toastmaster Anshuman, evolution.
Around 6 years back, I entered into a new meeting which I was not aware of for Brightwing Toastmasters Club. I entered into a park for a meeting I was not aware of for Brightwing Toastmasters Club. Yes, my dear friends, the first meeting I attended for a club was in open setting where the children were just roaming around. The, uh, the adults were just soaking in the sun, observing what are these guys doing. So we found a quiet place, stood there, and started to give our speeches. And that was my first entry into the magical world of Bright Beginning Toastmasters Club. Amongst this chatter, amongst this noise, I was just trying to stand there and give my first table topic. And when I was giving my first table topic, there was one child who came to me, pushed me, and I could not even fathom what just happened. I was like, this is how a Toastmaster club typically functions. But then somebody explained to me, no, this is an anomaly experience. We just lost our previous place where we used to do a meeting called Pick a Book Library, where it was a small place, as I heard from the folklore, where people had to remove their shoes, remain quiet, and do the Toastmaster meeting. I could not ever attend a meeting in a Pick a Book Library, but from what I understood, now our current district director had the ambition to start a beautiful, amazing club that is there, and found a quite cozy place in a library where the foundation for our club was laid. But for me, the foundation was a resilience of the leaders back then to do the club meeting in a park when a typical location was not available. However, as things will have it, just right after I joined the club, COVID hit humanity and we completely switched online. And from that onwards, every Saturday morning for the past 6 years, I've been joining our beautiful club's meetings. Initially, I was skeptical. What will I learn from joining Toastmasters? It's just about giving prepared speeches online. It is just about giving spontaneous speeches online. I just know a tidbit of it. Will any changes happen to what I am, who I am? And as I gradually learned by giving speech by speech, my confidence rose up exponentially. I was able to enter into any corporate meeting or any offline meeting, and only due to my repeated practice in the Brideming Toastmasters Club, I was able to confidently give any speech in any setting possible. That kind of confidence would not have been possible if I would not have been attending these meetings repeatedly, learning one incremental thing I need to improve after every meeting to become who I am today, to give any speech, any table topic with full confidence. And how does it happen? It happens because of the repeated practice. And as they say, the conscious incremental practice that happens when you just join a meeting and focus on one area of improvement which you have been working on. And that incremental practice, that improvement practice, that focus practice is what leads to an exponential improvement. And I have been really grateful to my peers, my mentors at our club, starting with definitely Toastmaster Gaurav. And Toastmaster Gaurav not just helped me with the public speaking aspect. What is the second aspect of joining Toastmasters? It is definitely
Leadership.
leadership. It's definitely one of the crucial aspects. I am part of a company where things can get into a bubble. I felt that in that company, I was getting absorbed. The environment outside me, I was not even in touch. But after joining Toastmaster, I understood what true leadership is all about. True leadership stands on values, principles, and Toastmaster values, which is, can somebody tell me what are the four core tenets of Toastmasters core principles values? Yes, Toastmaster Divya.
Excellence, integrity. I'm missing the two.
R and
Resilience.
yep, another term for it, relationship based. Uh,
Bond.
Consistency. What is it?
R for respect, and then we have S. What do we think S stands for?
Integrity, service, excellence. Rise. I know.
Yes,
Service, yes.
and it's actually IRSE. Why IRSE? Because integrity is the core foundation for the rest three. If integrity is not there, if we are cheating by, say, for example, reading a script when we know we have to give the speech impromptu, our confidence won't exist, because next time in that corporate meeting when we have to present impromptu and we have just practiced reading the script which is written in front of us, our character won't be that strong to give the speech spontaneously. Or in that leadership situation when we have to take a hard judgment of being a judge in an international speech contest and giving points to our mentor versus giving points to a fellow we don't know about, being objective around it and giving objective points, those are the small integrity moments which shape up our character, which we practice at Toastmasters. Not just that, respect, service, excellence, all of these traits when we demonstrate as a club leader, as a fellow peer at Toastmasters. And then, for example, Toastmasters Shaunak took up the opportunity of being an area director, then a division director, then a district director. And we have fortunate that a club member is the district director for entire District 41. We are privileged to do that. Those are the small character moments which shape up leadership at Toastmaster. And whoever has worked with Toastmaster, Gaurav can vouch that that kind of iron-like steel strength that he has, it's impossible to have in a corporate environment. The kind of patience he has kept with me in such diligent moments where I was like, now Toastmaster Gaurav will give up on me, was just unbelievable, has been just unbelievable till date. So truly, if one practices leadership at Toastmasters, the kind of steel-like strength one builds is, I believe, impossible to replicate in a structured environment. So definitely, by just being a club leader, by an area, district, division leader, and giving the speeches, the kind of person I have become today after 6 years was impossible to be in the hindsight if I was not diligent about joining a club every Saturday morning, and I can see the timer now, as luck will have it. So definitely, my takeaway remains, and for those of you who have joined Toastmaster afresh, please be consistent about joining the meeting. Just by logging into the meeting, just by giving one table topic, just by joining one club area, one club leadership role, the transformation you're going to achieve by just a measly $10 per month, I believe, $10 per month kind of fees. Uh, is the ROI is unbelievable. Trust me, just give Toastmasters 1, 2, 3, 4 years of your life, and I can guarantee you the person you're going to be 3 years down the line is going to be different than who you are today. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Sean.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anshuman, for such a brilliant speech. And I totally echo your thought. Language is something, the more you practice, the more proficient you become. Considering a case, why we all know Hindi very well, why we are not doing Toastmasters in Hindi. Reason being, it's our mother tongue. We've been speaking it day in, day out with everyone at our home, outside, everyone. Even our thoughts are in Hindi. And to practice and to learn anything, you need to practice it. And Toastmaster is one of those platforms where the basic tagline is no one judges you. You can speak your heart out. You will always get a positive feedback to improve yourself. And that what encourages at least me to join this meeting every Saturday. I think Toastmaster Meenakshi has some question. You had raised your hand.
No, I just raised my hand so that Anshuman can see my screen.
Okay, perfect. Now moving on to our next prepared speech. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Meenakshi, who's the speech evaluator for Toastmaster Sanskar speech, to come and share the speech objective and the pathway Toastmaster Sanskar is delivering. Over to you, Toastmaster Meenakshi.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Shaunak. So today we have the second speaker, Toastmaster Sanskar Mitra from Gurgaon. He is a student studying sustainability course. And while he's not studying or not engaged into something professional, he likes to play chess and F1 driving with his fellow enthusiasts. So we have Toastmaster Sanskar today. He'll be delivering his speech from Pathways Dynamic Leadership. It's a general speech, and the title of the speech is Stages of Color. I will be evaluating his speech on parameters like speaking skills, focusing on the filler words and grammar. Over to you, Toastmaster Shaunak.
I would like, again, I missed the topic of the speech. My bad memory.
It's stages of color.
Stages of color.
Stages of color. Toastmaster Sanskar, stages of color.
Good morning, Toastmasters and soon to be Toastmasters present in the meeting. It has been some time while I've given some speech, so spare me some mercy if I do some R counters and grammar report. Well, starting with life is a stages of colors. In life, we come across various colors, and every color has some emotions attached to it. Like red, it is fear and nervousness. With blue, it's a calming sea color. And with yellow, it's full of funky energy and full of energy. And it also represents the color with the emotion steady. Stage one, when life paints us with colors, red is the most feared one. Picture a person giving out his first presentation or a first speech. He'll think of it, he'll be so nervous, he'll be with so much full of energy, just like the color yellow before giving out the presentation. But when he goes out onto the stage, he is filled with the color and the emotion, red. It just shows that a person with full of energy is bowed down and has to succumb to his inner instincts that he will not make it. He is full of energy to make it out to and show it to the world that he is something and he wants to be and wants to achieve something. Then comes the color blue. When that person goes to the same people who evaluated their presentation, he showed them, he talked to them calmly. He told them his story that how he was full of energy and he showed them that sometimes well he spoke honestly about his thing that see the thing was that when I gave out my first presentation it was a little nervous it was a little I had succumbed to my inner instincts and he told him honestly and people laughed it off. He laughed it off and he came to peace with it. And the second time when he gave the presentation, he achieved it, what he wanted to do. He was full of energy and he want what he wanted to show, the energy he wanted to show, he did. Comes the color yellow. Now, that person, when he has achieved what he wanted to do, and when he gave the presentation, he was selected for a job. Now comes the most difficult part, which is to have a steady energy, because a company always faces downfall when it is in its peak. So to make it steady, you have to know the boundary. Yes, you have to know the full energy, but you also have to know the boundary. Now, which color do I like? It is the color blue, the calm, the sea blue. And while I like the calmness of the color, I have it in my room as well. And when I wake up, I see the color blue in front of me. Well, it was not because I wanted the color red to be just because it was so cool, and why I had a desire of keeping the color red, but my I was eventually came up to the decision with color blue because eventually dark colors you kind of feel into the you feel that box inside your mind when you see dark colors. With blue, the vibrant color, I have been seeing that color for a while now, since I have shifted to my home with shifted my room and I renovated it with some blue color. So it has been, and trust changing the colors in your room can cause a greater impact in your life. Also has a psychology, the color red. And with that, I want to ask the question: what is the color you choose to be? What and it is not about the color, but it is all the stages of the color. Just like because I like the color blue, it does not mean that all the colors are not significant. All the colors are significant because you have to eventually face the color red, blue, and yellow all at the same time or at some stages. So, Toastmasters, I ask you, which color do you want to be? Red, blue, yellow, or any other color? Please mention in the chat. And with that, over to you. Thank you.
That was a brilliant speech, Toastmaster Sanskar. Now, continuing with our theme for today's meeting, let me invite someone who is a foodie like me to come and share his or her experience on changing the palette, on changing the plate from generation to generation. Who would like to contribute here? Toastmaster Devya, please.
I am very mixed thought. So it is kindly perceived that future, like the previous generation, don't used to eat healthy. They used to eat healthy. They were home cooked food. But I still have my concern that whether their diet was balanced or not. My dad told me that he used to eat only potatoes and rotis. That's it was his diet. He doesn't used to like dal, no vegetables in his portion. But now we take a conscious effort of eating it healthy. I know we also indulge in between junks. But overall, we are eating protein, we are eating fibers, and there is a conscious effort to eat balanced compared to the our like
Previous
parents or
generations.
the previous generation. In fact, even the perceived value of outside food is not healthy. I think it's kind of changing. Lots of restaurants are focusing on providing nutritious and balanced meal. They're trying to make it easy for working people who do not have time or by eating healthy. Not comparing it to Subways, but there are other options which provide like home cooked meals. They're coming from someone else's homes to your homes at your convenience. So I feel the nutrition, the more it is being studied, the more balanced our meals are becoming compared to what our parents or forefathers eat.
Well, I echo with your thought, but we're talking about the probability here. So, what is the probability of the people following that concept? And I totally agree. Now we talk about proteins.
Hmm.
Whereas, if I even think about my childhood, we were not emphasized to go with the micronutrition of the food. No one told us, you eat this thing to get protein, or, this is how the food is segregated into micronutrients. But I mean, if I look a generation back or even a generation before, the way their plate was structured, it used to consist, first of all the seasonal things. So the possibility of getting any adulteration or a GMO sort of thing or a hybrid thing was not at all there. They were eating what was grown in a natural environment. And that's the reason the basic hygiene was there, any which ways. Second, they were eating seasonal things. They were more focused on things which were grown in that particular region or the geography based on the climate, based on the water and other stuff. The concept of wheat came through Britishers. India was not a wheat producing country. We were focusing on the natural grains such as millets and other stuff. But the wheat was introduced later on, and then now it's a gluten based diet. So that shift has came. I don't know how exactly they were following the micronutrition stuff and all. But now, since we know these terms, we are focusing on that. That's why our plate and appetite looks like that. Another factor, yes, there are options available which are healthy in the market, but majority of the people go outside for the taste. And that is all full of butter, spices, and oil. I was in one of the markets yesterday, and it was full. It's already winters, and people have that urge to eat outside. uh, Warm food, veg, non-veg, a lot of options were there. And the market was full, and hardly 10 people percent of the people were looking for the healthy options, whereas majority of the people were gorging on the chaats and the samosas and the momos and the fried stuff and all. Well, that was in the need of an hour. But majority of the people, including me, we don't eat when we are hungry. We eat because when we don't find anything else to do. And that is where the problem is, I feel, and that's the reason people have a lot of diseases these days. First of all, our appetite to resistance is decreasing day by day. Where people used to work hard and get a meal after that, whereas we are working hard to digest the meal that we are having every now and then. So let's continue this topic, but let's move on to the most interesting part of today's meeting, which is the table topic. I would like to call upon the table topic master for today's meeting to come and explain the role of the table topics and proceed with the table topic session.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Shonak. I am your table topic master today. So the table topic section is an impromptu part of the meeting where everybody gets to speak for 1 to 2 minutes with a topic that is given to them at the last moment. Who is excited today? Because we have some very interesting topics. All right. And who is my first victim? Who is my first victim? Toastmaster Divya.
Yes, I'm already unmuted.
Awesome. Okay. So Toastmaster Divya, the strength found in admitting your own vulnerabilities. The strength found in admitting your own vulnerabilities, Toastmaster Divya.
How many times it happens that when you are delivering your speech, you want to be perfected rather than aiming that you want to deliver value to your audience? You, in your mind, are thinking that I want to be perfect with it. Has it ever happened? It happens a lot with me, where I am focused on myself my mistakes, my flow of the speech, my pronunciation, how did it come through? Rather than focusing on what value I am going to deliver to audience, whoever audience is. So if I accept my vulnerability, that will be my biggest strength. How it will help me develop is it will take away the burden of being perfect. And there is a high possibility I will be delivering it with more authenticity, and I will be providing more value to my audience rather than being perfect. So, accepting your vulnerability is your biggest strength. People want to hear the real you, people want to hear the realness, value, and content out of your speech rather than just a well rehearsed polished speech. So that's my take on it. If you accept your vulnerability, you kind of strengthen yourself, you kind of know where to work forward, and you kind of develop yourself as a better person after that. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you. And next, who should we take? So we have to be Toastmaster Amrendra here. We have to be Toastmaster Arnav that's joined in. Would either of you like a topic now? We have an interesting topic. To be Toastmaster Amrendra. Okay, we can come back to him. Sanskar, you can go first. Would you like to?
Or
Toastmaster Sanskar. Resilience can turn setbacks into lifelong wisdom. Resilience can turn setbacks into lifelong wisdom, Toastmaster Sanskar.
sorry, could you repeat? I could not listen to background noise.
Resilience can turn setbacks into lifelong wisdom.
Resilience. People always try to run away from it because we often, and as I already talked about, the color and the stage of the color, which is the color red. The first stage, which is the hard part, resilience. You have to build it through courage and and even if you face defeat and if you succumb to your inner instincts, you have to still charge ahead. Not just because you have want to achieve, but the energy wants to be showed to everyone. You have to go through the first stage, which is the resilience, is which is the setbacks, which creates you. A person is full of victories and a person with full of defeats. What is the difference? A person with defeat has mustered the courage to face the resilience, and he is still facing the battles. A person with victories can always know, and a person with victories is always know that he has always achieved victory, but not defeat. A person with defeat has earned many skills, which makes him which makes him the most resilient person, and with the person he has faced setbacks with. That over to you, Toastmaster Aryan.
Great, thank you so much. We also have to be Toastmaster Himanshu here. To be Toastmaster Himanshu, would you like a table topic?
Hi all. I joined as a guest. Just saw Aryan your meeting invite on the group. I'm commuting. You can skip me for this time and I'll come prepared next time and definitely attempt a topic. Yeah.
All right, sure, no issues. To be Toastmaster Arnav, would you like an attempt at table topics? All right, I guess he will be back. Yes, to be Toastmaster Amrendra.
Yes, hi, Aryan. Yes.
Hi, should I give you your topic now?
I'll try to speak. Yeah.
Yes, you have 1 to 2 minutes. To be Toastmaster Amrendra, The impact of one voice sparking widespread change. The impact of one voice sparking widespread change. Toastmaster Amrendra.
Sorry, can you repeat? Sorry.
The impact of one voice sparking widespread change.
Okay.
Would you like a different topic?
Can you give me a different topic?
All right, sure. I think all of the topics I have written down are pretty. We can have a crowd-funded topic as well if anybody has any ideas. Otherwise, I'll think of a new topic. Toastmaster Meenakshi would like to give a topic. Awesome.
Yes.
Please do.
I need to recommend a topic to Amrendra.
Yes, I am Meenakshi. Yes.
Hello. So your topic for today is, would you rather think about future and not live your present, or you would only live in present and create your future? Would you rather think about your future and not live your present, or live each and every moment of your present and create your future automatically? Toastmaster, to be Toastmaster Amrendra.
Okay. Thank you. So, hi, this is Amrend. I basically believe in live in current moment, make your current moment productive, beautiful, enjoyable, and I'm very futuristic. Yes, but current, I want to live in current moment, current situations. So if I live in current moment in a good way, in a proper way, then I can build my future. So I believe in uh, uh, you know uh, present situations, present moments, what I'm doing right now, what I'm building, what I'm trying to make, right? So I believe in my current scenario, current situations. So rather than like I don't think like I just think about my future only. I'm just having some a stress, or maybe you know um, uh, unproductive thoughts about my future, but it's not a valuable basically. So it's all about like to live your current uh, your present life, present situations, and then build your future. Yeah, that's it.
Beautiful. Thank you, Toastmaster Amrendra. That was
Thank
a
you.
beautiful reflection of how you put all together, that if you live your present, anyways, you're creating your future. So there's no point worrying about future. Beautifully attempted. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Over to you, Toastmaster Aryan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Meenakshi. We have time for, I think, 3 or 4 more topics. Who is interested?
Let's have a table topic for Toastmaster Aryan as well. You can't escape.
I have to think about it. But first, let's have a topic for Toastmaster Nancy. Toastmaster Nancy, are you ready?
Yep.
All right. Toastmaster Nancy, the value of silence in a noisy world. The value of silence in a noisy world. Toastmaster Nancy.
Value of silence in a noisy world. Every time we think that we are in a meeting room, or there is some discussion going on, and we think that every time a topic has been raised, and or any question has been, or anything that, I mean, you have put on the spot, and we feel that we have to respond to each and every situation, which is not the case. I think sometimes silence is the best response. And let the time come and respond. So, I mean, it should be your actions should speak louder than your words. It's not that you have to justify everything with your answers. You have to show your actions, you have to give the results so that the people who were raising questions on you, they should get the answers with time. So, I mean, many times it's not that every time you should be silent, but sometimes sometimes silence is the best response to a particular situation. Back to you, Toastmaster Arden.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nancy. All right. Who do we have next? To be Toastmaster Arnav, I'm still waiting for you. Can you take a topic? Toastmaster Kshitij, is it possible for you to take a topic today? All right.
Has Shauna given?
Toastmaster Shanak. All right, let's give a topic to Toastmaster Shanak. Toastmaster Shanak. Diversity can make everyday life beautiful. Diversity can make everyday life beautiful, Toastmaster Shanak.
Well, I agree and disagree to this thought. Yes, diversity can make a lot of changes. You meet to meet diverse people with different background. That will help you understanding their perspective, their culture, their thoughts. And that keeps you motivated. Coming out of your own comfort zone challenges you to meet and do the best out of your own capabilities. But another contrast is rather than focusing on the diversity, focusing on the talent and the requirement. I heard a lot about the diversity focused approach for the hiring in the industries. Yes, we should promote diversity, but it should also be focused on the skill set of the person and the background and the competence they possess rather than just being focused on the diversity factor because that you need to build in. That will naturally come when you'll get the right set of people with that particular job. So this is what I believe. But yes, diversity plays a key role in the development of the society, individual, and to help you create a better perspective having different backgrounds in place. So this is what I believe. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Sorry, TMOD of the day.
I
Table
think,
topic master. Yeah.
all right. Would you like to nominate somebody for the next table topic? Toastmaster Shanak, would you like to nominate somebody for your next topic?
Why not? Who has left? Toastmaster Anshuman, I think you have not delivered the table topic.
I think Toastmaster Divya wants to deliver one right now.
Toastmaster Divya.
All
Okay.
right.
Let's tickle your funny bone. Why don't you share the most hilarious moment of your life with us? And if it's not that hilarious, that can kick our bone, funny bone, you have to make it, you have to add a spice to it.
Maybe. Yeah.
Last time I got something similar topic and I shared very humiliating experience. In the heat of the moment, I went ahead and go on explaining that, but later on I realized it is like too humiliating for me. So this time I will spare myself. I will share experience which is related to maybe my son's life. It is part of my life too, but it will be less humiliating for me. Lots of small experiences keep on happening where he makes our life funny or worth living, I will say. Just thinking about the yesterday moment. So we ordered food and there were two gulab jamun. And we were family of three. So he was unsure how to divide it or how we can do that. So anyone has a genius idea how we can go about it?
Yes, order one and let the entire family feast on that one if you are health conscious, or
Oh,
add a flavor of ice cream to it to make it more interesting and add more flavors
Sacrifice.
to it.
I'll sacrifice and let everyone else eat.
Being a fitness enthusiast.
so he came up with the genius idea. He divided two gulab jamuns into four pieces. And he was like, Mama, Papa, you have one from this, you have one from this, and I will have rest of the left. So that was kind of funny or hilarious for us to witness it. Like rather than taking the whole thing, he's kind of saying, I'm dividing it in between the family. So that's I found it funny, hilarious, or amusing at that moment, and it was fresh in my memory, so I shared it with you all.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Devi. That was actually hilarious and reminds till what level people can think of how innovative it can be. But thank you so much. And handing the stage back to our table topic master, Toastmaster Arya.
All right. Toastmaster Divya, would you like to nominate the next table topic speaker? And if you have a topic in mind, feel free to give it.
I will pick you, Toastmaster Aryan, if you are okay to go ahead.
Sure.
If not Toastmasters, then what? If not Toastmasters, then what?
If not Toastmasters, then what? Imagine a world where you have to work on your public speaking skills, become a great speaker, finally learn to challenge your fear of public speaking, and learn to stand in front of a huge audience and not be afraid. But the only problem is Toastmasters does not exist. If Toastmasters did not exist, how would you do it? Well, I have a solution. There is something that I found through Toastmasters that I have found very helpful, and that is open mics. So, just a few months back, I was trying to push myself to take up stages offline, speak to huge audiences, and challenge myself to very uncomfortable situations. And one of those was an open mic where different comedians had come to speak. It was like what you see in shorts and Instagram reels. There's people sitting in the audience, and the comedian is picking them out and then just insulting them, and everybody's laughing. And it was quite an unusual experience. Now, I thought that, you know what, I'm also going to go up there. My humor in Toastmasters is already very bad. I think I should be able to do something here, right? Now, I went there with my scripted speech, almost zero interaction with the crowd. I thought, maybe people will laugh, maybe people will find this a little bit amusing. No, it was not funny. But the speech that I had written down, the heartfelt speech, my story that I told them, did strike close to their heartstring. It was an unusual day that day. I went to three different open mics, delivered the same speech three different times to three different audiences. And I got a very similar response. People were able to understand my story and to relate with it. And that is when I learned that Toastmasters is a great place, but not the only one. So if Toastmasters did not exist, then open mics would be my solution of choice. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Divya. All right, I think we have one or two last table topics left. Toastmaster Anshuman would like a topic.
Yeah, do I have a choice?
Anybody from the crowd who would like to recommend an incredibly hard topic, I am completely open to it.
Can I try?
Yes, sure.
Tell us about many hats which you wear, Toastmaster Anshuman. Many hats which you wear.
Long while back, I read this book called Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, in which I was taught how to balance different roles in life. Stephen R. Covey, who's the author of that book, taught me that every week I should sit down, write down what are the hats I wear for the week, my top two responsibilities for those hats, and then spread it out around the week to balance my life. This was during the college days, and from that day till today, I ensure that as much as feasible, I just sit down and write down my hats. And my current hats include number one, being uh, being a parent, being a parent to my child and a husband to my wife, a family person. Second, definitely from a career standpoint, contributing to my work. Then I have my friends, my family, Toastmasters, spirituality. So wherever, whatever the areas of my life are, I ensure that I write down the top two priorities for those areas and spread it around Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so that as much as possible I'm able to juggle through these hats. And while I react to the week, it does not become reactive and remains more proactive in a way that I'm consciously noting down the priorities and trying to deliver on them. So these are the hats I wear, Toastmaster Divya. Which other hats do you wear?
All right. I think Toastmaster Meenakshi has not taken a topic. Is that right? That is right. Anybody who would like to recommend a topic to Toastmaster Meenakshi? All right. I guess it will be me.
Let me take that honor.
All right.
Toastmaster Meenakshi, what believe you have changed your mind about? What believe you have changed your mind about Toastmaster Meenakshi?
I never believed in anything apart from science. Anything that I can see and I can read as a proof, as a research paper, is the only thing that I've been believing so far. But what this year, 2023, 2024, and 2025 taught me that we can only explain things which are known to us. Something which is not known to us. How do we explain that? How do we prove it? So there is a concept in spiritual uh, kind of hierarchy or people that believe that their gurus will teach them things that they have experienced themselves. And this is called Shabd Praman, that the words become the proof of a person. And to be able to prove it, you have to live that experience. It's not a science experiment, it's your own journey. And I now believe that everything that I can experience is much more than science. And you don't have to prove anything to everyone, but to live that experience to the fullest. So believe in your own experience, your own reality, and your own truth. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Meenakshi. All right. I think everybody has taken a topic. Is there anybody who has not taken a topic? All right. I think we are ready for the evaluation section of the meeting, and I will hand it over back to our Toastmaster of the day today, Toastmaster Shanak. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aryan. Now, since we are running late, so I will end the theme for today's meeting. The only thing I would like to say before I conclude, eat a healthy diet. Try to just don't focus on the food. Try to have a habit or try to have a hobby where you can invest yourself. That will help you learn. Toastmaster is one of the things I'm doing, but I'm also trying to learn new things that can help me elevate in my life. Have a healthy life. With that, I end the theme for today's meeting. Moving on to the general evaluation part, I would like to call upon the general evaluator of the meeting for meeting number 287, Toastmaster Nancy, to come and share her report.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shonak. So today's general evaluation meeting, our meeting started around 10:40. I would suggest if we can start our meeting sharp 10:30, that would be great. It will give us 10 more minutes within the meeting. Agenda was well structured. Transitioning between segments was smooth. I particularly liked how Toastmasters of the day kept the energy high and engaged the audience with the eminently interesting topic, what we eat these days and what our grandparents used to eat. So you introduced new word which I was not aware, which was genetically modified organisms, and you said
It's
this
it's
was
it's generally modified food, GMO food, normally.
generally, generally.
Genetically modified,
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. Genetically
GMO.
modified food.
Yeah, it's food. Yeah.
Food. Okay, okay. And over to and on to table topic master. So the topics were very creative and interesting. Few of the topics which I felt that people were not able to understand. I think it would be better if we can have the topics, all the topics. I mean, everyone should be able to understand. Otherwise, topics were great. Timer report, I think we would need uh, the timer report now for, I think Toastmaster Minakshi would be sharing the timer report after the general evaluation. And our counter and grammarian also, I think we would be getting the report after the general evaluation. This speech, prepared speeches, topics were interesting. Anshuman, the timing was beyond the limits. I would suggest that the timing should be within the time limit. Otherwise, the topic was very interesting and was very engaging. Your topic was very motivating, so that, I mean, the reason to be part of Toastmasters meeting. And Sanskar, you your topic was also very good, the different colors that we should choose in our life. And so that's all about the general evaluation. And the overall, the meeting was well organized and engaging meeting. Back to Toastmasters of the day.
We have this speech
Uh,
evaluation
yes,
for the title.
yeah, Toastmaster Nancy, you can call upon the speech evaluators for both the speakers.
Okay. So the speech evaluator, okay, just a minute. So speech evaluator for speaker one is Toastmaster Divya. Over to Toastmaster Divya for
Thank
the
you,
first
General.
evaluation. Yeah.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Nancy. Such a relatable and relevant topic Toastmaster Anshuman picked. Evolution of his life and how Toastmaster contributed in his life. He started with an engaging opening, taking us back to 6 years back, telling us how his first meeting with Toastmaster was. It was an open park setup. It was tough to tell the whole experience of 6 years of Toastmaster in a 5-minute speech. He was able to tell us two aspects of the Toastmaster, which is not just about speaking, it is also about leadership development. He casually asked us about the values of Toastmaster, which we all are living for past 1 year, but it was a gentle reminder that we still need to brush up over there. So good reminder over there by Toastmaster Anshuman. As always, the vocabulary of the speech was brilliant. Quite good usage of word, phantom, anomaly, resilience, incremental, exponential. So only in one speech, getting so much interesting word is can be done by Toastmaster Anshuman only. So over brilliantly on doing this. However, I still have some recommendations or areas of improvement in your speech. I felt like the speech was a bit casual or missing on some of the punchlines. It felt like you were talking to a person and telling him how the Toastmaster is. I have a subtle feedback which include both the title, structure, conclusion, or overall, I can say the speech need to be more synced. So the title part, when you started with the word evolution, I was not sure whether you were telling about the evolution of Toastmasters, how the meetings were in park, then the how the setup changed and how. Or you are talking about yourself. It is your evolution. If I would have to title it, I would have chosen the word evolution of my confidence or a powerful gradual evolution. There were reference of personal people, but I felt they were kind of overpowering your journey as a Toastmaster. So do refer to individual, but keep it limited to 1 or 2 sentences. I would be more interested how it changed your personality or how you were 6 years back. And when you started with the 6 years back, if you were telling about the timeline, tell us more example about like what happened at fourth year, fifth year, and finally back to today. Even for the closing, you said you can, like you made it, you are motivating other rather than about yourself. Again, an example, if I would have to close it, I would have done it. I have done it. I have felt it. So can you guys. Passing the message plus also imbibing the personal. Overall, at the beginning of 2026, it was a brilliant speech, good reminder to everyone that Toastmasters can take you to great heights. So kudos over there, just the improvements part, I have highlighted it. That's it from me. Thank you.
Toastmaster Nancy, you can invite the next evaluator for Toastmaster
Yep.
Sanskar speech.
Yep. So now our next evaluator for the second speaker is Toastmaster Meenakshi. Over to Toastmaster Meenakshi.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Nancy. So we heard Toastmaster Sanskar's speech. It was about stages of colors. Very light, connecting speech where you can contemplate, where you can think about how colors affect you. Very relaxing, nothing where you have to apply too much brain. All you have to do is just absorb. So very soothing, very abstract topic chosen by Toastmaster Sanskar. So something that Toastmaster Sanskar did really very well, he is full of energy. He is full of new ideas. He's someone who is still absorbing and viewing the world from different perspective, and he brings a really fresh perspective to colors and how you use them. How does color feel in terms of emotion? So it was a very good depiction. Sometimes we relate color red with anger, but we don't know how. So when you relate that with emotion, it kind of personified the colors in terms of emotions. So very well use of emotions and energy into that colors and contrast. Second thing he did really well, he wanted me to evaluate on R countings and filler words. I observed only twice the and repetition of words like things, just twice. So it is a very well prepared speech where you were able to control your filler words and repetitions as well. And also how you structured the colors, how you talked about brighter colors, then more calming and more structured colors. That structure flowed really very well. Something that Toastmaster Sanskar could have done well, some improvement areas, is that since you're full of energy, so your energy is like an air, it moves in all the direction. So if you're talking about the stages of color, stay on the stages of color. Some part of the speech towards the ending, it was about your favorite color, my favorite color, colors in the room. So if you're talking about stages of color, the proper closure, at what stage you are at, what stage effect, maybe that proper closure could have been done. So all you have to do is just put a container on your energy, give your speech a very, very tight structure, an opening, content, and then the closure by summarizing your complete speech. That will give you much more depth into your speech and much more refined message of your speech. And second thing that you could have done better is matching your gestures, your hand gestures towards your speech, into your speech. Like there was a color that you were talking about, red with energy. So you were like, color red is about energy. Use the gesture, like it's about energy. Make that gesture where you can show people energy, and a little bit of voice modulation practice will make it even more impactful. So overall, wonderfully, beautifully done. Very light on head and heart and very soothing to listen to. So great job, Ravi. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Meenakshi. So now back to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Shonak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nancy. I'm not just Toastmaster of the Day, I'm also a grammarian and the Hakantra for today's meeting. So let me present my report. So we all have used and ums and the filler word during our speech deliveries and during our conversation. I have not taken the note of the count, but yes, is a good usage of filler words and the ums by almost each one of us. So starting with Toastmaster Anshuman, yes, there were certain filler words, there were certain mutes, which I understand when we are thinking and speaking at the same time. It's very much common. There were certain good usages of privilege, shape up leadership, steal strength, diligent movement, good messages about thinking, head references that you have delivered during your speech. You were very consistent, and being a seasoned speaker, you know how to captivate the audiences. So there is a piece of suggestion from my side. Maybe you can use more of a voice modulation while speaking and delivering your speeches next time. That can really help you elevate it to your speeches to the level up. Toastmaster Shonak, again, I had a lot of filler words. There were certain words which I was pronouncing repeatedly. There was a thought which was residing while I was delivering the Toastmaster TMOD or the theme speech today. So I need to be more well structured in terms of my preparation, if considering I'm taking a TMOD role. There were certain pronunciations also which I need to take care of while delivering my speeches next time afterwards. Toastmaster Nancy, you were very clear in your speech. There were very minimal filler words, but there are two things. First, I would also like to tell you to use a voice modulation while delivering your speeches or while speaking. Also, there was just one correction: let the time come and respond. Instead, use respond when the time comes. So that was one of the phrase which I could think of. Toastmaster Meenakshi, there were a very minimal use of I am ums, and I mean you were doing a phenomenal job. Toastmaster Amrinder, there were certain filler words, basically. So I suggest you can think of construct a framework what you need to deliver, and then deliver it in a very controlled language so that you can reduce the use of the filler words. It's very common, even we do that, but I think that can really help you to reduce these filler words as you progress as your journey with the Toastmasters. Toastmaster Divya, your sentences were clear and structured. There were certain pauses, but overall it was a well delivered speech. Toastmaster Sanskar, there were certain filler words in the repeated word. Same person, there was a phrase same person, instead use same people, instead use same person. He came to peace with it, rather use he made peace with it. You were thinking at some stages while speaking, so that was visible. So control your speech rate so that you can think and then deliver. Otherwise, it looks like it creates a pause because you are thinking and then you want to deliver it something. Toastmaster Aryan, there was a word, can you can you tell you? So it's like, can you tell us? Maybe it was in the continuation where you might have not th- think about it. There were certain repetitions, but I like the open mind concept. I have heard this for the first time and I would like to go ahead and try this myself, because then that removes the fear of facing the crowd. Yes, there will be a rejection as you mentioned, but let's see, let's start with a rejection, and then that will really help you to elevate and be prepared for the next time. But it's the effort I want to make it. So overall, this is the report from my side as a grammarian, as an accounter. Over to you, general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Nancy. Just one more thing. My apologies. I didn't cover the word of the day today. Toastmaster Anshuman, thank you so much for putting that on the chat. But I think since it was missed out being called out, so people didn't look at it. The word of the day was eminently. Eminently is used as a synonym of very and means to a high degree. So, taking an example, our team came up with an eminently sensible plan to reduce the waste, but I don't think anyone has used that. So, my apologies
I
for that.
used it.
Okay, then I missed that. Toastmaster Nancy, handing this stage back to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Nancy.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shonak. So, since I have already shared the feedback, so overall, this was very well organized and engaging meeting. The energy was high and everyone contributed positively. So, thank you for the opportunity to serve. I mean, as the, I mean, for choosing me as a general evaluator. And let's continue striving for the excellence and making each meeting better than the last. Thank you. Back to Toastmaster Shonak. Yeah, Toastmaster Arden, you want to say something?
Yes, thank you so much for the general evaluation report, Toastmaster Nancy. Now we move to the voting and then we can.
Toastmaster Anand, before we start voting, did we have timer report?
Toastmaster Meenakshi, did you not share your report? Oh, okay. Okay. Back to Toastmaster Nancy.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arden. Over to Toastmaster Miyakshi for the timer report.
Yeah. All right. So please pardon my spellings. My AI doesn't recognize a couple of spellings yet. I'll share my screen in a few seconds. Meanwhile, I'll quickly read while it's coming up.
In the meanwhile, everyone please vote. To be Toastmaster Amrendra and to be Toastmaster Anav, there is a link in the chat. You can go to that link and vote best speaker, best role player, etc.
Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you see me as well? Okay, yeah.
Well, I can see your screen, but the
Little
screen
blurred.
is not clear. It's a little bit blurred, so we can't
Yeah.
read out.
Blurry. Yeah. You have to do. Yeah,
Is it better?
Now it's clear now.
Okay, so sorry, pardon the spellings. This is my AI couldn't
I'm
recognize
assuming
this.
Semper is me.
Oh my God. We have been given the English names. My God.
Sharmak.
Sharmak matter.
Sorry, I'm still training it. So
Amidalna. Who is Amidalna here? Amrinder, you. Congratulations for the new name. Dinya. Divya, you are Dinya.
oh my God,
Thank
this
you.
is so embarrassing. I'll get my AI trained really well.
Sanskar, you are
Yes.
Sambar. Whereas Idli,
Idli Sambar.
Anshuman, Nancy, our apologies. AI recognize you very well.
All right. So let me correct the spellings as well while I'm sorry, I am, the screen is really small. I'm struggling to correct it. So please bear with it. So the first speaker was Anshuman, Toastmaster Anshuman. His speech was timed at around 9 minutes. I don't know why it's not in the report. The second speaker was within time. It was Toastmaster Sanskar, 5 minutes, 32 seconds. Then we moved to our table topic sections, which was 2 minutes, 45 seconds for Toastmaster Anshuman, Toastmaster Nancy, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Toastmaster Shaunak, 2 minutes, 28 seconds. Then we had, who is Ranjan? Okay, it's Aryan. Sorry. Toastmaster Aryan, 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Then we had Toastmaster.
Amrendra, to be Toastmaster, Amrendra.
Yeah, to be Toastmaster Amren, 2 minutes, 16 seconds. Then we had Toastmaster Divya, exactly at 2 minutes. And then we had Toastmaster Minakshi, 1 minute, 38 seconds. And then we had Toastmaster Sanskar, 1 minute, 37 seconds. And Toastmaster Divya,
Divya.
again, 1 minute, 20 seconds. So I think this time for Divya was for, I don't know what's that. All right, I think the first one is correct. These are deleted elements. So this is about the timer report for the prepared speech and the table topic section. The evaluation, Toastmaster Divya took 3 minutes, 17 seconds, and Toastmaster Meenakshi took for the speech evaluation 3 minutes, 38 seconds. So that's all from me as a timer report. Apologies for spellings. I promise that I'll do a better job at it.
All right.
Thank you, Toastmaster Meenakshi, for sharing the timer report. Now we are back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shaunak.
So,
Yes,
as a
Toastmaster Rajan, you wanted to say something?
Yes,
yep.
I was ready
So,
for the voting session. Has everybody voted? Please raise your hand if you have voted.
Yes.
Toastmaster Meenakshi has also voted.
No,
Amrendra
I
have
am on it. Just a second. It's just coming up.
all right, to be Toastmaster. Anna has also voted. Just a second. I have 6 votes. I should have 8.
I'm voting.
Okay. Somebody else is also missing. Toastmaster Anshuman, have you voted? There is a second person here who has not voted. All right, I have 7 votes now. I'm still missing 1 vote. To be Toastmaster Amrendra, have you voted now?
I've just voted. Yes.
Okay. Yes, I have 8 voters, and we are ready for the results. Toastmaster Shanak, any guesses? Who do you think will win? First, we have the Best Speaker Award. Any guesses? Anybody?
Toastmaster Sanskar.
Okay, let's see. Toastmaster Anshuman was kind of eliminated actually, but Best Speaker Award goes to. It's a tie.
Oh,
Who votes both?
woohoo.
All right. Next, we have the Best Table Topic Award. Any guesses? Any guesses at all?
Toastmaster Aryan.
Oh, okay. Even I didn't vote for myself this time. First time. And the best
First
table
time.
award goes to Toastmaster Anshuman.
Woohoo!
All right, next we have the best tag role player awards. This is timer and language. Okay, no, we have best evaluator award. This is Toastmaster Meenakshi and Toastmaster
This is
Dev.
Toastmaster Shaunak.
Nakshi.
Wow,
The
wow. I'm
best
a wild
evaluator
card
award
entry.
goes to. It's a draw again.
And this is evaluator, Aryan.
Yeah, it's a draw. Meenakshi and Divya, it's a draw.
It's
Yes,
the
because
best
both of you
evaluator.
were fabulous.
Woohoo!
So we
Yay!
decided four will give to one, four will give to one.
Next, we have the best role player. This is Shaunak, me, Nancy. Any guesses?
Meenakshi.
And the best role player award goes to
Shaunak.
Toastmaster.
Oh my God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so elated.
And the best tag role player award. This is Shaunak and Nancy. It goes to. It's again a.
Oh
Wait a second.
wow, we have so many ties today.
Woo! Yay!
That means we are doing a fabulous job.
All right,
High five, Nat.
thank you all. And now we are ready to close the meeting. We're a little bit over time. I would just like to have a final word with our guest today to be Toastmaster Amrendra. If he has any feedback for our meeting, he can share with us now.
I think Amrendra and Arnav.
Yes, Arnav is also here. Yes, Toastmaster, to be Toastmaster Amrendra.
Yes, hi Aryan. Thank you for opportunity me. Like it was a great experience. I have listened everyone and learned a lot of things. Even the feedback was very nice for me, and I have also noticed uh, all the topics that we have guys has discussed, and I'll try to improve my communication skills and grammarly as well.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for joining. All right, to be Toastmaster Arnav, are you there as well? If you have any feedback for our meeting today.
Yes, I am there. Toastmaster Arvind. It's always a great experience to be a part of this meeting. I try to join whenever find time,
Okay, thank you so
and
much.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, everybody. Thank you for making this meeting a success. And